Dear friends, today I would like to talk to you regarding a very important paper that my department published in the journal Frontiers in Gastroenterology. And I think this is probably one of the most important scientific papers that you will see published from our group this year. So, as you know, my group and my unit have been doing a lot of work on the adverse events associated with alternative medicines, especially Ayurveda, homeopathy, Unani, Siddha. Lot of products in these particular practices are harmful to patients and public. In patients where there is presence of underlying liver disease or in patients who are predisposed to severe liver injury, these products can cause severe harm so as to lead to either death or a need for a liver transplantation. So we've been doing a lot of work on alternative medicine and the liver since 2016, and the largest numbers of paper on studies or scientific papers on this particular topic, that is complementary alternative medicine related to India, that is Ayush and associated liver injury. So there is a term known as Ayush-liver injury, which is a legit term, which is a term coined by the Asia Pacific Association of Study of Liver and is part of the guidelines on treatment, diagnosis, and treatment of herbal liver injuries. It was published about 3 4 years back, and there is an updated version coming up this year. So there is an actual entity known as a condition known as Ayush liver injury, and we have been pioneers in publishing on this topic from India, and it has been published in multiple journals across the world in high impact international journals, including Journal of Hepatology Communications, which is the official journal of American Association of Study of Liver Diseases, and many other international journals. So I'll be listing all these studies in the comment box as in the description part so that you can actually go and check them out. Now, I think we reached a place where we had so much of data showing that a lot of these Ayurvedic products, homeopathic products, and such alternative medicine products actually cause more harm than the benefits that they actually claim to have. So there are no actual benefits to these alternative medicines, because if there were actual benefits, at least level A or level B, good strength of evidence for these medications, they would not be alternative medicine, they would be mainstream medicine, they would become part of our routine use for our patients. But that is not happening. These are mostly sold in Ayurvedic pharmacies or homeopathic pharmacies, or sold or promoted by influencers and Ayurveda practitioners or alternative medicine practitioners on their social media handles and accounts, and promoted widely on social media channels, etc. So that is so if a medicine needs to be promoted, it's actually not evidence based. It's just promoted on big claims and very little evidence. So we collected a lot of these data. We published very regularly on how patients are affected by this, including patients with pre-existing liver disease, including patients without liver disease, how these alternative medicines can harm them and cause various types and various forms of liver injury, which can also lead to death or liver transplantation. But now we have this paper, which is, I think, one of the most important papers we will be publishing or we have published on this topic. So what we did was we looked at in the last 2 3 years, we looked at all the patients who came to us with severe side effects, mostly related to the liver, who consumed a lot of these alternative medicine products. So people would wonder, how did we diagnose them with liver injury because of alternative medicine products? We do that using expertise and a particular protocol. So that protocol is, we rule out everything else. For example, we rule out all the common causes that can harm the liver: viruses, alcohol, metabolic diseases, genetic diseases. We rule all of these out one by one, and ultimately we find that the temporal use, that is, patients have started using these products, and then within a few weeks or few days or few months, they have started developing these complications. So that is how we connect this. This is how you diagnose drug-induced liver injury and herbal liver injury across the world. And we did exactly the same for this paper also. So in this group of patients also, so we had 91 patients who consumed 386 alternative medicine products, and we retrieved all these products from these patients and we subjected them to exhaustive analysis. Now this paper talks about what we found in those particular products, and it's shocking, it's saddening, it's depressing, it's infuriating, it's surprising. I'll tell you the basic findings that we found so that you understand where you are with regards to how you can use alternative medicine or how you are using alternative medicine. So the number one is clinical presentation and death. So patients presented with either acute hepatitis or acute hepatitis with jaundice, or with acute liver failure where a normal liver actually fails because of herbal liver injury, or in pre-existing liver disease patients, that is, they have underlying chronic liver disease or cirrhosis, and they develop herbal liver injury on top of that, and they develop something known as acute on chronic liver failure, which is a catastrophic condition with very high death rate. So what we identified was that nearly 40% of all patients had a presentation of acute on chronic liver failure, that is ACL level, and about 38.9 percentage of those patients actually died, which is a huge number. And they could not get a liver transplant done on time because of a lot of factors like monetary issues, lack of a donor, etc. So acute and chronic liver failure was most common presentation, and there was a very high death rate because of herbal alternative medicine or herbal liver injury in these patients. Now, second is the risk of unlabeled products. So, Ayurveda practitioners, homeopathy practitioners, they themselves sometimes prepare these herbal decoctions and formulations, etc., and prescribe to patients. And you also get a lot of these unlabeled products to buy from various sources like traditional healers, etc. So, when patients consumed unlabeled products, the chances of them developing severe liver injury and death from that liver injury was higher. So, more the number of unlabeled products, higher chance of dying. And that is what we exactly found out. So, what we found out was that there was a dose response relationship, and that reached about 42.9% among patients who consumed three or more unlabeled product. So more than three unlabeled products, patients had almost 43% of these patients had severe liver injury, and this was directly associated with them dying on follow-up. Now the next is heavy metal contamination. This is an open secret. We know that Ayurvedic products are heavily contaminated and adulterated with heavy metals. They use it as part of the treatments. It is Rasha Shastra, which is actually completely nonsensical. It is rubbish. They claim that the processing that they do for these metals, heavy metals, actually makes them less toxic and more beneficial, which is absolutely nonsensical. Because you can't make mercury less poisonous. Mercury is poisonous. Arsenic is poisonous. It will poison you if you take it in whatever form. So what happened was that when these patients took these particular medications and the medications were contaminated with heavy metals, the outcome was disastrous. So this is what we found out. We found out that heavy metals frequently exceeded World Health Organization acceptable limits, and we found out that about 34% of these products contained mercury, 25% had cadmium, 21% had arsenic, and 14% had lead. When cadmium was present as a major contaminant, that actually led to higher risk of developing acute and chronic liver failure and death. So this is so important. So cadmium toxicity is something very major for the liver. And if you have a pre-existing liver disease, you are a patient with chronic liver disease or cirrhosis, and you're on these herbal supplements or Ayurvedic products or homeopathic products, and if it has cadmium in it, the chances of you developing liver failure and severe liver failure is very high. Please remember this. Now comes pharmaceutical adulteration. This is like the biggest, best open secret ever. Ayurveda practitioners, Ayurvedic companies, homeopathy practitioners, homeopathy industry, they all adulterate their products with properly working modern medicine so that to make it more effective. Now they are using it in the form of integrative medicine. So they'll use their products along with modern medicine products and claim that all of this work together. So this is also a rubbish way of saying that we have nothing that works and we need to mix something that works to make it work, right? So what they do is they adulterate all of these products with modern medicine. But then the problem is some of these modern medicines that they use are actually very toxic to the liver. They're old world modern medicines which are easily available, and they are effective in their own sense. For example, we identified corticosteroids, painkillers, antibiotics, chemotherapeutic agents, immunosuppressions, etc., in the products that we analyzed. And undeclared pharmaceutical adulteration was detected in nearly 28% of these tested products, which means that almost 46% of patients consuming these products were actually exposed to a modern medicine, thinking that they were actually taking an Ayurvedic formulation or an alternative medicine. So their patients never knew that they were on modern medicines because it was adulterated silently into these products to make it work. Now, most important aspect is it's not just modern medicines or heavy metals that can cause harm within these particular products, but also the plant itself. So there are a lot of toxic plants that Ayurveda practitioners and homeopathy practitioners, Siddha, Unani practitioners use, which can harm the liver to a great extent. So one these include giloy, one of the most toxic herbs known to man for the liver. It's not just giloy; the Tinospora species itself is very dangerous and very toxic to the liver. Apart from that, ashwagandha, high bioavailable or highly absorbable formulations of turmeric, green tea extract, etc., is what they use, and it can cause a lot of harm to the liver. So, what we found out was that there was widespread labeling inaccuracies, that is, mislabeling, And approximately 42% of the products contain botanicals with documented liver toxicity. And combined with analytical methods, we found out that 31% of these products contain undisclosed animal derived components also. So patients were not warned that these products contained a lot of these toxic herbs that could harm them. And there is no warning label, there is no safety label, there is no, there is no disclosure per se. And all of these products are sold in the market saying it's, it's natural and it's safe, when it is actually not, because we have patients who have died because of it, patients who have undergone transplants because of it. And additionally, a lot of these products actually contain animal matter. For example, animal excreta, animal urine, animal dung, animal feces. Even one of some of the products actually contain something known as semen from the civet cat. It's a traditional Ayurvedic product that contains semen from the civet cat. So these are all labeled but not properly labeled. Some of them we identified without even labeling. So they have not labeled that these animal products are there, and we identified these animal components through analysis only. So this has huge religious and cultural implications, huge dietary implications for the patients consuming them. They are not understanding, or they are not knowing that they are consuming animal excreta and animal urine and stuff like that. That's crazy, and this is not medicine. Absolutely not medicine. This is why we say Ayurveda, homeopathy are all pseudo medicines, pseudosciences, and their practitioners are not real doctors. And ultimately, we identified something really new. And I think this is not published in literature. This is a novel finding from our side. We found out that through this gas chromatography mass spectroscopy profiling, which is a very high end way of looking at deeper analysis of these products, we found out that exposure to specific plant sterols. So plants have thousands of chemicals in them, and there is a particular group of chemical known as phytosterols. And phytosterols like sitosterol, stigmasterol, and campesterol. And another group of plant chemical known as triterpene, which is lupiol. We identified that when these botanical products, these alternative medicines were enriched with these kind of plant chemicals, it led to more of liver injury and more of liver failure. So a lot of plant chemicals per se are very toxic to the liver. That is why when Ayurvedic products use whole plant or parts of the plant, the various enriched chemicals within those parts can cause real harm. Now, no studies have been done for a clinical benefit level or for a safety level on these plant products. I mean, there are a lot of studies that are being shown in small animals, but that does not translate to humans in the real world. So, which is why when people say that modern medicines also have side effects, it doesn't make sense, because modern medicines are used because they already have benefits. There are known benefits because of which modern medicines are used at particular dose, range, and duration. For example, tuberculosis drugs. TB drugs cures TB. Very simple. It is working for TB, it cures TB. Nobody dies of TB in the new world. That is because of TB drugs. But TB drugs also cause liver injury. But we can identify this liver injury early because we have protocols, we have the competency to do that. And we can save these patients from developing severe injury that can actually take their life. But it is not so with Ayurvedic products or homeopathic products, because one, these people don't have the competency to understand if the patient is developing a side effect. And once the side effect develops, it's so severe because it's not just one product that is causing it, it is multiple products and multiple chemicals inside these products causing that harm, for which we cannot have an antidote. And patients come to us very late with multiple organ failure or progressed liver failure or a single major organ failure. And then there is no way that we can treat them medically to help them, and sometimes they die, or sometimes they have to undergo a liver transplantation. So this is the truth, this is the fact, and these are evidences to showcase that. Ayurveda practitioners and homeopathy practitioners will cry as much as they want, claim whatever they want, but the fact is there are proof coming up, there are documentations like this coming up, peer reviewed studies coming up, showing that none of their products actually work, but has a huge list of documented side effects coming up from lot of scientific organizations and researchers world over. So please remember this study. Please share this study with your with your friends and family. Make sure that they know and they realize that if they are sympathizers or users of Ayurvedic products or homeopathic products, make sure they realize that they are gambling with their lives, and a lot of side effects from these products can actually harm them, and these are all avoidable side effects. So I hope this video enlightened you, as it also enlightened us doing this for you. We spend a lot of money from our side to do these analysis, and it's not at all funded by any pharma company. We paid our own money from our own pockets. A lot of money we spend on this analysis just to make sure that you understand what you are consuming and how alternative medicine industry is actually deceiving you, defrauding you, and then pushing you to endangerment with these products. Until next time, with a new study and new finding, take care and thank you.